dark side of the fun. And it is not the newest song by the British band Pink Floyd. You see, every year, millions of people start to enjoy their summer and go out, but there's a dark side to that sun, which is the damage that it causes. Today, I have a dear friend of mine who is a celebrity facial plastic surgeon, Dr. Eric Adler, who's actually also the anchor and TV host of the Puerto Rican medical show, Latin Doctors, to discuss this topic with us. Welcome to HSL, Dr. Adler.
Hi, Dr. Mario. Thanks for having me on the show.
Great to have you. So let's just jump right into this.
Well, listen, people, especially now during the pandemic, people are going crazy indoors. Now that some beaches have opened up, people are going out and they don't understand, especially the Latino population has to be careful because there's a misconception that people with darker skin cannot get skin cancer, for example, and they're at medium risk right now because of the environment and the way that people are behaving. People are not protecting themselves with the sunblock and all these other things that are supposed to be done. They don't know how to apply the sunblock. Very basic information that is out there. And people, if they don't do it, they're gonna not only predispose themselves to skin cancer, but premature aging, which is another thing that we need to talk about.
Dr. Adler, when we start to see skin damage, there are some signs that we see on the face, and you see it as a plastic surgeon all the time. Tell us about some of those things.
Well, initially, when you have skin damage, which is accelerated by excessive sun exposure or unprotected sun exposure, you start losing your pore. The pores start becoming wider. The texture of the skin, you start having laxity. Little wrinkles start appearing, then bigger wrinkles start appearing, then you get folds on your face, and suddenly it's all there, and you're like, when did this happen? So it happened because of a reason, because it's called aging, and on top of that, you're adding all these other insults like the sun exposure, which then causes all these things that I mentioned.
And for all of you millennials looking and watching the show right now, you have been seeking care more than any other group in history, and Dr. Adler sees this as well. What can we do to start this prevention train right now?
Very simple, Mario. It's not super expensive. It's just using common sense. Let's avoid the sun between the hours of 10 and 4. It's like abstinence, okay? So if you're not gonna do that, then start wearing good protection, sun protection every 2 hours. The amount of a golf ball is the amount of sunblock you have to reapply. If you jump into the water, you have to do less than 2 hours because the water washes it off. Try to find something that contains zinc oxide or titanium dioxide. So you need to protect your skin properly. Adequate clothing, sun protection, because you're also predisposed to developing cataracts if you don't protect your eyes. So you wanna maintain yourself with as much, because if you don't do it, then we have to go into corrective mode, which is then another set of procedures, which obviously costs a little more.
So Dr. Adler, let's just jump into that. When we get to that point of no return, or what people perceive as the point of no return, what can we do to reverse the damage?
Well, basically, Mario, there's many things that are being done nowadays to remove superficial wrinkles. People are using chemical peels. Cleopatra used to bathe herself in lactic acid in milk, which is a type of peeling. So also you can do some injectable treatments, which are very popular nowadays. People are not waiting till they become 50 to do this. You know, Botox, Dysport treatments, fillers are very helpful at an early stage. And also then we have technology, which is composed of like lasers, which I have here in my background, radio frequency devices. There's a sort of different devices, and not one is the best for all patients. You have to evaluate the patient, you have to determine the severity of the damage, and then you have to come up with a reasonable plan, which not only will improve the patient's condition, but will also, the patient will be able to afford.
Well, I'm so grateful that you've been with us today. And as you've all heard from Dr. Adler, who's a facial plastic surgeon, there's ways to prevent damage. But if you get to that point where the damage is already there, we can absolutely sing a different song and bring the bright side of the sun to your life. From my heart to your heart, I'm Dr. Mario saying to you, a tu salud.